We're going to be talking today about what is the best job that you can have in 2025. And I'm actually going to break it down into three completely different fields. And we're going to start off the conversation by saying, what are we working for? Like, why are we even working? Why do you even have a job? And I know so many people here in New York that are making incredible amounts of money, and they are just completely unhappy. They're jam-packed. Their schedule is completely full all day. They don't get to pursue any of their passions. They hardly get to see their friends. And I wouldn't consider that successful. I would consider the guy who's a fisherman in Greece and just enjoying the sea and the sun and his family more successful than the guy here in New York who doesn't get to see the outside of his office or his apartment. So really, we want to look at what are the best jobs that you can do today that will give you a healthy amount of money, and I'm talking $200,000+ a year, plus give you freedom, like give you the ability to basically write your own schedule and almost have this kind of perfect work-life balance. Because I think in today's world that we really care about work-life balance. We prioritize that, especially millennials and Gen Z people, but even Gen X. We care more about life. We care more about being able to go the places we want to go and do the things we want to do. Job is just a job. It's not 1980 anymore where you can get a job, buy a house, do the whole cookie cutter lifestyle. That's out of the window. Houses are over $1 million now. Unless you're a VP, you're not even looking at a house anymore, at least not in your city, right? So let's talk about actually ways that you can financially free yourself and give you really good work-life balance, because that matters more. And believe me, you will have a happier life. So let's talk about really what are the 3 jobs I recommend to you to look into as your toolkit to improve your skill set, so that wherever you go in life, whether you want to go into entrepreneurship or you want to actually just stay at a corporate position, but have that flexibility and that power to have freedom, these 3 jobs will give you that. The first one is a sales job for any high-ticket sales. High-ticket sales are basically the best place to be in a company, because you are the all-star. You're the one bringing in money. You write your own schedule because you are essentially working with clients on their schedule. You're trying to get as much conversation as you can with clients. That's not an 9 to 5 job. It's basically like you get a couple of phone calls a day and you make a big deal and then you pursue the next one. And you're realistically writing your own schedule. You don't have to deal with a fixed 9 to 5, which tires you out. And while you're doing this, you're also taking clients out to dinner. You're also enjoying that kind of hunt, and that you have a drive to do something. You have a purpose at your job. You're not just doing something data entry on a daily, but you actually have a purpose. You have wins, you have losses. It's dynamic. Doing sales will also teach you how to get in front of people and break your fears and get over rejection. These are all skills that you can take wherever you go in life. You can take it to your own business one day, and you're gonna need sales skills to get your business off the ground. You can take it to making friendships and dating. All of these skills are incredibly useful that you learn in sales. So it's not like you are working for nothing. If you do a sales job for 5 years, a really high ticket sales job, you quit, you can always find another one in just a matter of weeks, literally. Because you will also have built a network of people, of high net worth individuals, by selling to them. So you can give them a call. If they like you, they'll give you a job. So you're basically winning on all fronts. You're learning more than your average job because you're learning self-development. You're learning how to speak, how to dress, how to pick a restaurant. All of this stuff is so important to know in life. And at the end of the day, you have to know this stuff regardless of what position you do. So you might as well get paid to do it. And also, you're building a network of people. It's a win-win. And I will say, I've personally worked in sales for many years now. And it's like, I get to just basically make my own schedule. I have a couple of big calls or meetings a day. On Friday, I'm going to take a client out to do a farm-to-table restaurant experience and discuss with them about our next year's budget. I get to kind of just write my own schedule. I don't even really have to talk to anyone internally in my company. It's all just between me and the clients. The vast majority of it is. So it's basically almost like you work for yourself. You're called an individual contributor in most cases. You contribute to the company, but you are the contributor. You decide your own value and you provide as much value as you want. As long as you meet your goal, or even if you don't, even if you get close enough to it, you'll be fine. So it's basically like highly, highly, highly recommended because you win on all fronts. There is almost no downside to it. If you have the ability to actually just speak to people and get over, even if you don't, you should learn it. So there's a couple of different sales jobs that I'd recommend to you. I like Software sales, tech sales, it's very lucrative. You can probably start off, if you can land an account manager role, if you don't have enough history to do even that, you can start off as an SDR and make 70, 80,000 with zero experience right off the street. And if you show yourself that you have some value, you can be an account manager in 2 years, making 150. So it's actually a super quick on-ramp. Like you can literally go from not having a job to making $150,000 in 2 years. 2 years flat. No education either. There's no other field in the world that you can do that. So that's what I'd recommend as an easy one. Tech sales, you're probably going to work from home. You're probably not going to have too many internal meetings. You're just going to make your own destiny. And another type of sales I recommend too, if you can possibly get into it, is high ticket item sales. Airplanes is a really good one. Boats, anything that's let's just say of over $100,000 or more value for one sale. That's where I would classify high ticket sales. Tech is the same way. Like generally you'll be making over $100,000 per sale. So target that. Ask ChatGPT, what are companies in my area that have high ticket sales, and go and apply to them and give it a shot, because this is the best job right now, because you get all of the benefits of almost being your own boss while having the safety of a corporate job. Next, for best jobs in 2025 is software engineering with a particular focus on AI. And this is probably something you've heard a million times. And it's because it's for a reason. AI is all the hot right now. Mark Zuckerberg literally just hired a guy, a software engineer, and paid him $250 million as a signing bonus just to write AI code for him. And this is something you don't even need a degree to do. You can start learning how to code today. Learn Python. You can even start setting up your own AI data center in-house and do it as a project. There's a website called vast.ai. You can rent the equipment, the graphics processing units. That's basically the computer hardware that will manage and and actually process the AI code. You can rent these things for literally $1 an hour. You can rent a $50,000 setup for like $2 an hour. It's almost crazy how cheap it is to rent the hardware of this stuff. Vast.ai. Check that out. Give it a try and learn how to actually do LLMs. Just learn AI programming. If you don't want to talk to people, this is a perfect job for you. And if you can when you land a job at a corporate environment to do programming, you are basically writing your own schedule. It's just how much you actually build and produce. It's all on you. And that's going to be a common theme. And that's a common theme with the sales stuff. It's all on you. You want to have jobs that are all on you because they're teaching you. Software engineering with an AI focus. If you decide to go off and be an entrepreneur later down the road, you will have an incredible tool set to do it. If you decide to stay in a corporate job, you will have an incredible position in the company. You will have all this free time to yourself. And think about the software engineers you know. You might even be a software engineer yourself. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They're free all day, pretty much. Like they're working, they're productive, but they're not bogged down. They're not bogged down. And that is really so valuable. That's all we care about, right? That's all we care about. We don't care about like, oh, the 9 to 5, the safety, No, we want the money and we want the freedom. So this is a fantastic position to be in. Is a software engineering with a focus on AI specifically. Next and final, best jobs in 2025. Learning how to run a marketing campaign. We live in a world where now literally anyone can pull out their phone, their camera, put it down and start talking to it and push themselves as a marketing campaign. You can learn marketing. You have social media. You have all sorts of different channels to learn marketing. So you can actually learn the skill on how to lead a campaign. And if you can find a job that gives you the opportunity to provide them with the value of leading marketing campaigns for them, that skill is incredibly valuable. If you can learn how to market a product, take a product to market and learn all of the analytics and the customer feedback and the trends and learn all of that, that is a fantastic skill to have. Because if you decide to go off into entrepreneurship, whatever it is product you sell, as long as you find a product or solution that is reasonable enough, the rest of it is just all marketing. If you launch a new soda and you just market it well, it's nothing new under the sun, but it'll sell. Anything you do, any boring business will do well with good marketing. So learning how to market while you're already getting paid for a job, for a corporate company, that is a win-win. One thing that I have to point out here is that a lot of marketing jobs, they're just adult daycare. Like you just show up and you do a couple PowerPoint slides and you pass it up the chain and that's it. No, I'm talking about you are hands-on leading the marketing campaign. You are somewhere closer to the actual decision maker. And you're probably not going to start off at Facebook, applying to Apple or applying to a major company like Dell or something. No, try and find a smaller company that actually lets you be hands-on and lead the marketing campaign. And you don't even need really a degree for this, right? As long as you can start using your social media, start using the internet, you can build out basically your resume, as in, here's the type of copywriting I do, which is like the text you write. Here's the type of videos I can kind of put together. Here's the type of PowerPoint and visuals I can put together. Learn that stuff. Basically create a portfolio on your social media and then find somebody to give you the keys to lead the campaign, lead the go-to-market. And that skill is incredibly valuable. If you can take a small company and lead its products to market, then you can take that skill with you and go lead a larger company's products to market, or even better, launch your own product and lead those skills to market. And you will actually probably make more money than any person you know. So those are the 3 jobs I highly recommend doing in 2025. It is a different world today. And really, we want to focus on learning actual skills that we take with us if we don't show up to work on Monday. Because anything that stays behind, the paycheck, the connections you made in the job, whatever it stays behind the job, that's not a value to us anymore. We want to actually raise our value. Jim Rohn had a great saying where he says, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If this video helped you out, thank you. I ask you to check out one of the other ones. See you there.